Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm Chris, and as always, my lovely friend Sarah is here with me.
Hello to the amazing listeners. I already feel that 2025 will be a year full of growth, progress, and of course, a lot of learning a new language.
Exactly. Whether you've just started learning a language or you've been learning for years, this year is the best opportunity to take your skills to a new level. So let's start right now with today's topic. Daily routines for learning English in 2025.
Yes, many of us set new goals for the new year, and learning a new language is probably one of those goals. If you're ready to make 2025 the year you master your desired language, stay with us. We have a simple but powerful plan for you today.
Sarah, let me ask you, when you started learning Spanish, did you feel like you weren't making progress?
Yes, I felt exactly that way. At first, I was really excited and tried to practice, but when I saw that I still couldn't speak properly, my motivation dropped. I kept thinking, why am I not progressing? And it felt like I didn't understand where the problem was.
That's a really good question, Sarah. Kevin Trudeau talks about 6 important principles for staying motivated, and they can really help. First, you need to identify your main reason for learning. When you know why you want to learn a language, like for career advancement, travel, or better communication, that reason gives you ongoing motivation.
Right, I think I haven't really thought about my main reason yet. Sometimes I feel like I'm just learning because I should, not because I really have a specific goal.
Exactly. And that should feeling can sometimes reduce motivation. Another principle Trudeau mentions is to make learning fun. For example, watching movies or TV shows in Spanish or listening to Spanish music can be an enjoyable and effective way.
That's a good idea. I think if I use these fun methods, I'll feel less tired and learning will become more enjoyable for me.
Trudeau says we should focus on small successes and celebrate them. Whenever you learn a new sentence or manage to have a short conversation, be proud of yourself. This boosts your sense of success and motivates you to keep going.
This is really an important point. I think instead of focusing on my weaknesses, I should focus on these small successes. From today, I will try to write down my progress and review them every week. And I think my main reason for learning Spanish is that I want to communicate more easily with my international colleagues and be more independent during my travels. But sometimes I don't think about this goal, and instead, I often think it's bad that I don't know Spanish and that I'm not making enough effort to learn it.
That's an important point, Sarah. I think the reason might be that your mind is more focused on the gaps and the things you don't know, not on the progress and things you've done so far. This kind of thinking makes you feel like you're not capable of learning, even if you're really on the right track. Kevin Trudeau says that we need to create a positive mindset, and instead of thinking about what we don't know, we should focus on what we've learned. This shift in perspective not only boosts your motivation, but also helps you feel better about yourself. For example, instead of saying, I don't know Spanish, say, I learned a new sentence today. This small, positive perspective can have a big impact on your learning journey.
You're right, Chris. I think I've gotten used to only thinking about the things I haven't learned yet. It's like this negative image always stands in front of me and stops me from seeing my progress. But when you said to think about the small things I've learned, I felt like this could help me. For example, just knowing a few simple Spanish phrases is a start, right? Maybe if I pay more attention to these small progresses, my motivation will come back. From today, I'll try to write down everything I learn or even celebrate a little moment for myself. I think this will help me believe in myself more.
Exactly. The second point is to focus on positive results. For example, imagine how good you'll feel when you master Spanish or what opportunities will open up for you. Kevin Trudeau says that the human mind moves toward things that make us feel good. If you focus on the benefits instead of the difficulties of learning, your enthusiasm and motivation will grow.
I sometimes do that. I imagine myself ordering in Spanish at a cafe in Mexico. It's very motivating.
Absolutely. And the next point is to make learning enjoyable. For example, with things you're interested in, like music, movies, or even personal topics.
I love movies. I can make this part of my learning.
Listening to Spanish songs and trying to translate them is both fun and a learning method.
This is great. What else did he mention?
The fourth point is that you shouldn't say to yourself, this language is too hard. Instead, repeat positive statements like, I can learn this.
Oh yes, this is very important. Sometimes I make mistakes and feel bad, but I need to encourage myself.
Exactly. The fifth point is to commit to consistent action. You don't need to study for hours every day. Small but consistent actions will give the best results. If you turn learning into a fun activity, your interest in learning will increase over time.
I've decided to speak to myself in Spanish for 10 minutes every day.
That's great, Sarah. And finally, Kevin suggests using the law of attraction. Imagine yourself speaking the language fluently to engage your subconscious mind.
What a great idea. I'll imagine myself speaking easily with a native speaker before bed.
Exactly, doing this will make your brain more prepared. Well, with all these points, I think this year will be a year of success for both of us.
Definitely. Thanks, Chris, for sharing these tips. Take care, keep practicing, and keep progressing in English. Thank you for being with us today. Let's make 2025 the year we all become fluent in our desired language.
This routine doesn't require you to change your whole life. You just need to spend 10 minutes a day on it. If you stick to this routine, 2025 will be your successful year in learning English. Your progress doesn't stop here. To continue strengthening your English skills, click on the next video or check out the other videos we've carefully selected for you. Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.